I'm Will, and today I'm presenting something special. It's a game that hasn't been around for over 25 years, and I know you can tell by the thumbnail which game it is. But you know what? Let's not do too much talking, let's get right to it. We got Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves by SNK. Now this is the collector's edition, and it was only released on the PS5. So only the standard version is on Xbox Series X and PS4. It comes with a bunch of cool inserts, but I'll show you later when I unbox it. So this is basically the sequel to Garou Mark of the Wolves, which was released in 1999, 26 years ago. Now I'm a big fan of fighting games, so you know I had to pick this one up. Now this game was made for Street Fighter players to easily transition to this one. It's very similar to all the mechanics that Street Fighter 6 has, but with their own spin on it. They got the new SPG mechanic, which is a power-up you can add while you're fighting. It automatically activates. It also has a one-player RPG mode that's very similar to World Tour in Street Fighter 6. The game also features a color edit mode. You can change the color from every piece of attire on your character, which is pretty cool. You can come up with some crazy ideas. This is my favorite 3D fighter. From Bandai Namco, Tekken 8. Now this game right here is powered by the next generation Unreal Engine 5, becoming the first major fighting game to use the engine. It's only available on the 9th generation consoles, PS5, Xbox, and PC. It includes 32 characters in the base game and 4 more in DLC. It scored a 90 on Metacritic and is a Metacritic must-play. They put it down to $30 at Best Buy, and I had a $5 coupon, so it was the best time to use it. I got this one for $24.99, and it also came with an extra gift. So this is what you got from Best Buy when you pre-ordered it. It's sort of like a license plate with the logo on it. It's not bad. It's kind of cool. So Tekken 8 from Bandai Namco on the PS5. This one right here I was waiting to get my hands on for a while as well. We got RoboCop Rogue City. Now this game right here is by Teon. It's the same team that made the Terminator Resistance game. It's a first-person shooter and is voiced by the original actor, Peter Weller. The game is super violent and brutal. Like when you shoot people in the head, it pops and explodes. Super graphic. The game has the soundtrack from the movie, and that's one of my favorite things from that film. If you're a big fan of the original movie, you're gonna love this game. It kinda makes sense that this game is a first-person shooter, because in most of the original movie, you see it through Murphy's point of view. I saw it for $24.99 on Woo, and I had to pick it up. RoboCop Rogue City on the PS5. Alright, and next we got The Karate Kid Street Rumble. Now this one right here is a retro style beat 'em up. It's on the PS4, PS5, and the Switch. It's very similar to the Turtles Shredder's Revenge game and that new Power Rangers game. This is yet another 80s movie that I grew up with and loved, just like RoboCop. This game was published by GamesMill, and they're known to make a lot of bad games. So hopefully this one is not that bad. The game follows the 3 original movies, and you could pick from 4 different characters: Daniel-san, Mr. Miyagi, and the 2 girlfriends from part 1 and part 2. It was down to $15 at GameStop, and I used some of my points, so I got it for $12. I wanted to get this game on PS4 because it has the PS5 upgrade, but it was sold out, so I just took the PS5 copy. Give this one a shot if you like beat 'em ups. The Karate Kid Street Rumble on the PS5. Alright, and next we got a game that I showed, but I didn't get to highlight. We got Lollipop Chainsaw, the Repopped edition. This one has the exclusive cover from the pop-up shop of Limited Run. The game is developed by Grasshopper Manufacture and is written by James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy and the head of DC Studios. It's a hack and slash and is super over the top. You're a cheerleader that fights through a zombie outbreak. The original game was released in 2012 and it grew to have a big cult following, so I'm not surprised that this game came back with a remaster. The game goes for well over $100 on eBay, and I only paid $45 for it. Give this one a shot if you never tried it. Lollipop Chainsaw, the Repop edition. Alright, and next we got Contra Operation Galuga. I got this game on the PS4, but since Contra is an original property from Nintendo, I knew I had to get this game on the Switch. So when I saw it in the pop-up shop, I had to pick it up. And I love this cover. If you want to get a more in-depth look into this game, hit the link on the right upper corner. This game is amazing right here. It's made by WayForward, the creators of Shantae and the DuckTales remastered on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Contra Operation Galuga by Konami on the Nintendo Switch. And a game that I picked up 2 days before Black Friday. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Now this is another game that I did a whole episode about. Again, if you want to see a more in-depth review, hit the link on the right upper corner. But this game right here, to me, is the best value in video games. All the games that are in this package, they've reached some outrageous prices recently. And if you want to get your hands on some of those games, this is the best way to do it. Not only that, but to preserve the games. These games in the past got removed from the digital stores, and these are some games that you want to have in your collection for as long as you can. So what better way than to have the physical copy? Make sure you go out and pick this up. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection by Capcom. It's another game that I've been waiting to get on sale. And this one right here, I wanted to get it on the PS5, but out of nowhere, the Xbox version was always sold out, and it just popped up on Black Friday. And I paid like $20 cheaper for this one. For the Xbox Series X, it's the Collector's Edition of Unicorn Overlord by Atlus and Vanillaware. This one is called the Monarch Edition. It comes with this nice looking box, a deck of cards, and the soundtrack. Again, like I said, I wanted to pick up the PS5 version. It was like $70, but then they had this one down to $49.99. Again, Vanillaware is one of my favorite developers, and I missed out on this collection when it first came out, and I'm so glad that I got to pick it up. On the Xbox Series X, Unicorn Overlord by Atlus and Vanillaware. We got from Capcom, Capcom Fighting Collection Volume 2, released on the PS4, Switch, and on the Xbox, but only digital. And like I said before, guys, if you've been watching my channel, I love collecting fighting games, so I had to pick this one up for sure. This one comes with 8 games included. It got Capcom vs. SNK, released in the year 2000. It comes with the Pro version. That's the one that includes Joe Higachi and Dan. And of course, it has the sequel, Capcom vs. SNK 2. This one came out in 2001. It also has the 2 Dreamcast games, Power Stone and Power Stone 2, which was released in 1999. A Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, which is like an updated version of Street Fighter Alpha 3. You got Plasma Sword. This one was released in 1998. I remember it's the first time I saw that character Hayato in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I was like, who the hell is this guy? Well, now I know where he's from. It has the Capcom Fighting Evolution game that was released in 2004. Now, this is the game that everybody craps on right here, but I remember playing it and I always started to look weird, but hey, I'm not complaining that they added it to the collection. And the last one is Project Justice, released in the year 2000. Now this is the sequel to Rival Schools. This is one of the games that I was looking forward to the most right here. A lot of these games I didn't get to play too much, so I'm definitely gonna put some hours into this one right here. You got Terry Bogard, who's been coming out in a lot of games lately. He was in Street Fighter 6, the new Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, and now in this Fighting Capcom Collection too. I'm glad to see all the SNK characters getting some love now. Nice and easy. There was a reason why I'd rather have the import than the American version, and I'm gonna let you know in a little bit. Alright, so we got, this is a special one, guys. SVC Chaos, SNK versus Capcom. Now this game right here is kind of weird. I realized that this one wasn't included in the Capcom Fighting Collection too. It has all the Capcom versus SNK games in there, but I didn't see this one. So I started doing some research and I found out why. So those other games were developed by Capcom, but this one was supposed to be developed by SNK. But at this point, the company was going bankrupt, so Playmore developed the game. But it still plays like a classic SNK game. It got re-released for the PS4, and it includes Robat Neko for smooth and fast online gameplay. This game originally only released in the arcade and on the original Xbox here in the US. The game only plays with a 4-button layout instead of 6. Very different from the Capcom games. Also different, the Capcom vs SNK games are very colorful, but this one is dark and moody. The characters look different, more realistic almost with the art style. It includes 36 playable characters, 13 from SNK and 13 from Capcom, including a bunch of different secret characters, like Dimitri, Mega Man Zero, and the alien from Metal Slug. The one thing that I love about this game, it was the first time that they included Violent Ken. It's basically the evil version of Ken, just like Evil Ryu. That character is only playable in this game and in Ultra Street Fighter 2 that was released only on the Switch. Though I never played this game too much in the past, I'm definitely looking forward to playing it now. Now, from what I mentioned earlier, one of the main reasons why I got the import version of this game is because the American version was actually censored. If you look at the cover, they censored my shirt. So for that, and the price that I got this for, it was an easy choice. I always like to have at least some of these imports in my collection. I like to have games from different countries. This game took a little while to get here, but I kinda like the way they shipped it from PlayAsia. And they also included some of these cool stickers over here. In the first game we got Darius Burst Another Chronicle EX Plus. Now this game right here, it's a horizontal shoot 'em up. And this is actually an old game that was re-released with HD graphics. The first Darius Burst was released on the PSP in 2009. This game gets pretty wild. It has like this ultra widescreen look. The original arcade had 3 screens stuck together. It was available for only $16.99, so I had to get my hands on it. Check this one out if you're a fan of shoot 'em ups. Darius Burst Another Chronicle EX Plus on the Nintendo Switch. Alright, in the next game we got Bitmap Bureau Collection on the Nintendo Switch. Now this game right here is cool as hell and is a great value. It has 3 titles in it: Xeno Crisis, Battle Axe, and Final Vendetta. I remember I was about to almost pay $30 just for Final Vendetta, and when I saw this game with all 3 titles, I had to get it. Xeno Crisis is a twin stick shooter, just like the old school game Smash TV. And then you got Battle Axe, that's an overhead hack and slash. And finally, the game that I was most excited for, Final Vendetta. It's a side-scrolling beat-em up, very similar to Streets of Rage. Bitmap Bureau makes some great games. They're actually making a new Terminator 2D game. I just saw the trailer and it looks amazing. Keep an eye out for that one. If you want to get 3 awesome games for a great value, pick this one up right here. Bitmap Bureau Collection on the Nintendo Switch. Alright, and next we got Sonic Superstars from Sega and Sonic Team. Now this game right here is pretty cool. It's a 2D side scroller. It plays more like the old school games. I don't know if it's just me, but I like the 2D Sonic games way more than the 3D ones. I can't wait to finally play this one. I try to get every Sonic game that's ever come out from my collection. This one has the PS5 upgrade. Also, it has a 4-player co-op. You get to play with almost every Sonic character that's available. Trust me, if you're a big Sonic fan, this is a must-buy right here. Sonic Superstars on the PlayStation 4. Alright, and next we got Neptunia Senran Kagura Ninja Wars. Now this game right here is a hack and slash action RPG. These games usually hold their value over time, but most of these games always wind up with low scores. But believe it or not, this one is actually pretty decent. You get to level up with all the different characters, and it gets pretty addictive after a while. I love the character designs, and it has an awesome art style. I got this one for $19.99. If you're a fan of the Neptunia games, check this one out for sure. Neptunia Senran Kagura Ninja Wars on the PlayStation 4. Alright, and the next game we got is a game that I never see cheap, and VGP actually got this game on sale. We got Knights of Azure, developed by Gus and published by Koei Tecmo. This one is also a hack and slash action RPG with a beautiful art style and character designs from the creators of Blue Reflection and the Atelier games, and it has no English dub, only Japanese voices. Besides this game being a hack and slash, it almost plays like Pokemon. You get to collect these little demon monsters and they help you as you fight. This game was also released on the PS3 and the PS Vita, but the PS4 version is the definitive edition. Knights of Azure on the PS4. Alright, and of course, I had to pick up the sequel. Knights of Azure 2, Bride of the New Moon. Now, this game was released 2 years after the original, but this game is way better than the first. Released on the PS4, the PS Vita, and the Nintendo Switch. Again, developed by Gus, and this game has tons of fan service. It's not a AAA game, but the presentation is beautiful. Also, like the first game, it only has Japanese voices. For some reason, they never did a dub for this one. The only thing that sucks about this game compared to the first is that the original was locked at 60 frames per second, while the second only plays at 30. It's a little disappointing, but the game is still playable. If you're a fan of hack and slash games with girls kicking ass, you definitely need to check this one out right here. On the PlayStation 4, Knights of Azure 2, Bride of the New Moon. Alright guys, you know I had to do it. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection on the Nintendo Switch. I got this one at Best Buy with a $5 coupon, so I only paid $30 for this one. Again, I did a whole video about this game. If you haven't seen it, click the link in the right upper hand corner. I said it before and I'll say it again. This is the best value in video games, hands down. All the games that are on this cartridge are super hard to find or either super expensive to get. So definitely pick this game up. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics on the Nintendo Switch. Alright, and next we got, oh, there's a cool one right here. Wonder Boy, Asha and Monster World. Now this game I picked up at Amazon for $11.99. It's a remaster re-release with HD graphics of the original game that was released only in Japan on the Sega Genesis. The cool thing is that this game also includes the original game with a digital code. I remember playing a lot of the original Wonder Boy games on the Sega Master System while I was growing up. When I saw this one for that price, I had to pick it up. On the PlayStation 4, Wonder Boy, Asha and Monster World. Alright, and the next one we got Sonic Origins Plus, Now this game right here, I gotta give some props to my boy Pablo. He hit me up and was like, hey, they got Sonic Origins Plus, and it comes with all the inserts for only 20 bucks. This game contains the original Sonic games, but in 16:9 widescreen. And this version includes a digital code, so you could get 12 extra Game Gear Sonic games that were released back in the days. It comes with an art book, and one of the coolest things is that it comes with a reversible cover that makes it look like the original Sega Genesis games. I heard not all the Game Gear games are good, but it's still awesome to have if you're a Sonic fan. Sonic Origins Plus by Sega on the PS5. Alright, and last but not least, guys, I got this one from Whoop.com, and I got it for a great price. This is the main event, the collector's edition of Persona 3 Reload on the Xbox Series X. Now this thing right here is amazing. It comes with a statue, the soundtrack, and a huge art book. Persona is one of my favorite series in video games. It's some of the most stylish games I've ever seen. If you never play these games, trust me, you need to check them out. Just the way it looks, the aesthetic, the menus, everything is beautiful. This is a remake of the original game, so if you're gonna get one, trust me, just pick this one up. It's also available on the PS5 and the PS4. So if you didn't know, when this thing originally came out, it was $200. And I paid only $79.99 for this thing on Whoop. And I'm so glad that I picked it up. I got this game also on the PS5, so I'll probably play that one first, but I definitely can't wait to open this thing up. Persona 3 Reload, the Collector's Edition, on the Xbox Series X. Game we got: Ninja Gaiden 2 Black by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja. The original game was released on the Xbox 360 in 2008, so this is just the HD remastered version of Sigma. But this game looks amazing. It has stunning graphics, it's super fast paced, and it's pretty brutal. I mean, you cutting off arms, heads, and all that. It's pretty crazy, because this year is definitely the year of the ninja. Not only are we getting a new 2D Ninja Gaiden game called Ragebound, but we also getting Ninja Gaiden 4 by Platinum Games, the creators of Bayonetta and Nier Automata. I always get all the Team Ninja games, so I definitely had to pick this one up. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black on the PS5. Alright, in the second game we got Jitsu Squad on the Nintendo Switch. Now this game right here is pretty cool. It's a 4-player co-op beat-em-up game. I already owned this on the PS4, but I saw it pretty cheap for the Switch, so I had to pick it up. I know the graphics look almost like a mobile game for this one, but trust me when I tell you, this game is super fun. You get to level up your characters, and this game has a lot of movie and video game references, and it's freaking hilarious. If you see this game for cheap out there, definitely pick it up. Jitsu Squad on the Nintendo Switch. Alright, and following we got Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero by Bandai Namco. Now this game right here is pretty much a follow-up to the Budokai Tenkaichi games from the PS2. It's only released for the latest consoles, PS5 and the Xbox Series X. This game has amazingly stunning graphics and beautiful animations. It's a 3D fighter, as opposed to the Dragon Ball Fighter games by Arc System Works. I saw it on Whoop for like $21.99 and it was the cheapest I ever saw it, so I had to get it. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, definitely give this one a shot. Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero on the Xbox Series X. Alright, and following we got Yards Rising by WayForward. This one is by the same team that did Shantae and the DuckTales remastered game. This is a follow-up to Yards Revenge, that old school Atari game from back in the days. but this one is a 2D platformer, and you play as this girl named Emmy. She's a hacker. In certain parts of the games, it turns into like the old school look, just like the Atari games. Check this one out if you're a fan of WayForward. Yards Rising on the PS5. Alright, so the next 4 games is part of the GameStop deal. I got 4 for $40. So the first game is Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth by Sega. This is the same team that did the Fist of the North Star game and Binary Domain. These are basically the Yakuza games, but they're not using that name anymore. They're just going with the Japanese titles, Like a Dragon. And this is the 9th game in the series. This is basically a Japanese GTA, super over the top, but it plays like an action turn-based RPG. It's a little weird at first, but once you get used to it, this game gets super addictive. Definitely check this one out right here. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth by Sega. The second game from the 4 for $40 deal. Under Night in Birth 2, See Celeste by Arc System Works. Now this game was actually developed by this team called French Bread, and it was published by Arc System Works. But it still plays like the original 2D pixel fighting games that they always make. This is what they call an anime fighter. It has gorgeous 2D pixel art and beautiful animations. So this is one of the main reasons why I even went for that 4 for $40 deal. I was able to get this game for $10, so I had to get it. If you're into fighting games with the anime style, definitely try this one out right here. Under Night in Birth 2, See Celeste on the PS5. Alright, and next we got the Tomb Raider Trilogy Remastered by Crystal Dynamics. So this trilogy basically contains the original 3 games from the PS1, but just in HD. Originally released in 1996, 97, and 98. I remember this is one of the first games I ever played on the original PlayStation. And I remember not liking the game too much, but I definitely liked the design of the character. She was basically a female Indiana Jones. The games were pretty much more about exploring before they turned it into an Uncharted clone. So if you see this one out there for cheap, definitely pick it up. The Tomb Raider Trilogy Remastered on the PS5. Alright, and the last game that I got for the 4 for $40 deal from GameStop was Persona 5 Tactica by Atlus on the PS5. Now this game right here was the only game that I got that was still in the package, which is pretty rare when you're getting the games from the website, but like I said, I was trying to go for that Under Night in Birth and I got it. But I already owned this game on the Switch. I just wanted to pick it up on the PS5 for the trophies. So I'm a huge fan of Persona, and this game is a spin-off from Persona 5, and it features the Phantom Thieves. But the art style is a little different. They're more like chibi style characters. But don't sleep on this game. If you're into like Final Fantasy Tactics, give this one a shot. Persona 5 Tactica by Atlus on the PS5. Alright, so another package I got from PlayAsia. Alright guys, don't judge me. Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Fortune by Tecmo and Team Ninja. So this is basically the same team that did Ninja Gaiden and the Dead or Alive games. And this is a spin-off. It features all the girls from Dead or Alive, but they're all vacationing on the tropical island. So the first 2 original Dead or Alive Extreme games were released on the Xbox and the Xbox 360. But after some complaints, this game was never released in the US. It plays like the originals with all the mini games and the volleyball. It got a pretty crappy rating, but I didn't really buy this game to play it. I just want to keep it sealed and hold it down just in case the value goes up. Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Fortune on the PS4. Alright, and following we got The follow-up, Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation Prism by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja. Another spin-off with the girls from Dead or Alive, but this one is different. Instead of all the mini games, in this one you just text and take photos of other girls as you get to know them. It's super laid back and chill. It actually got a good rating, so don't sleep on it. But again, I'm not gonna play this game. I'm gonna keep it sealed and hopefully the game goes up in price. Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation Prism on the PS5. Alright, and the next game we got. Oh, this one is pretty cool right here. Diesel Legacy, The Brazen Age. Now this game right here is pretty unique. It's a 2 vs 2 beat 'em up / fighting game. It has like this steampunk aesthetic and it has awesome character designs and animations. A lot of the characters look super cool, man. You gotta check this one out. This is definitely my kind of game right here. So I got this one from VGP for $27.99. And I've been wanting to check this game out, so when I saw it for that price, I was like, you know what? Let me just get it. If you're a fan of beat 'em up games or even fighting games, definitely give this one a shot right here. Diesel Legacy, The Brazen Age on the PS5. Alright, and the next game we got. The HD remaster of Suikoden 1 and 2 by Konami on the PS5. Now this game right here was originally released on the PS1. And both of these games are super expensive right now, so if you really want to play these games, this is the best bet right here. These are some of the best RPGs made for the PS1, so when these games come out like this, I always like to pick them up. And I saw it on Woo for $24.99, so I had to get it. Let's see, maybe they released Suikoden 3 and 4 on HD as well. Those games were released on the PS2. If you're a fan of old school RPGs remade in HD, definitely check this one out right here. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remastered by Konami. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind by Atari and Digital Eclipse. Now this game right here, if you're a Power Rangers fan, this game is a must buy right here. Especially if you like beat 'em up games. Not as good as Shredder's Revenge, but a very good beat 'em up. The game doesn't get boring because it switches up the game styles every couple of stages. Sometimes you play as the Megazord, or in other stages you're inside vehicles. My only complaint about this game is that you can't play online yet, even though the option is on the menu page. Hopefully they do an update soon and they get that working. Once they do, this game will be a true gem. This is a must-own, trust me. Definitely pick this one up. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, the Deluxe Edition on PS5. We got Gears of War Reloaded on the PS5. It was $39.99 and I picked it up from Best Buy. Now this is crazy right here. I never thought that I would see this game on the PS5. But here we are, 2025. There's no more exclusivity unless it's Nintendo or PlayStation. Xbox is gonna start spreading their titles all over the place. Now the original release of this game came out back in 2006. And I remember how much of a big deal this game was when it first came out. In this game, your character moves around pretty slow and it feels like he's heavy. But once you learn how to move around in this game, you're unstoppable. I can't wait for them to release that new E-Day one that's coming out. Also, I want them to continue doing the Gears of War Reloaded series, so I want to see 2 and 3 on the PS5. Trust me guys, if you never played this game, check this one out. It has one of the best campaigns ever. Gears of War Reloaded on the PS5. Alright, and the next game is... oh, this is a good one right here. Clair Obscured Expedition 33. Now this game right here is super stylish. It's inspired by games like Persona, which is one of my favorites. Once you see this game, you'll see what I'm talking about. It has an amazing story and excellent combat. It also has Charlie Cox doing the voice of one of the characters. That's Daredevil from the Marvel Universe. I'm kinda kicking myself in the ass now because I got this game, and there's a new one coming out. It's the Mirror Edition. It's releasing soon, and it's gonna come with all the DLC in a special box. Maybe I'll sell this one off and get that one instead. I definitely want to check this game out. I hear nothing but great things about it, so pick this one up right here if you guys are looking for a great RPG. Clair Obscured Expedition 33 on the PS5. Oh man, here we go again. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, the Ultimate Edition. This studio is awesome right here. I got this one from VGP for $34.99. I told myself that I wasn't gonna do it, guys, but I had to. This is the third time that I buy this game. The original one on the PS4, the second release I got it on the Switch, and then I had to complete this one right here, the trifecta, the Ultimate Edition on the PS5. Now this one comes with all the DLC, all the extra characters. So it has Yojimbo, it has that Gecko guy. Yeah, this is definitely the one to pick up right here. Now to me, this is one of the best beat 'em ups ever made right here. It definitely has like that old school feel with that pixel based retro look. The soundtrack is super cool. And the best thing about this game is that you could play up to 6 players at the same time co-op. If you're a huge fan of the Turtles just like I am, trust me, pick this one up for sure. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, the Ultimate Edition on the PS5. Alright, in the next game, Gal Guardians Servants of the Dark by Inti Creates. I saw this one on Woo for $24.99. Now this is a sequel from the last Gal Guardian games that came out, Demon Purge, but this one has 2 new characters. It's a Metroidvania, and the cool thing about this game is that you could switch between the 2 characters at will. One of them has a gun and the other one has like a sword. Another game that has that old school pixel look. But I love these type of games right here. It's a 2D platformer, and if you're looking for a game that's super fun, old school style, trust me, check this one out right here. Gal Guardians Servants of the Dark on the PS5. And the next game we got, Super Techno's World River City and Arcade Classics. Now this game right here is super cool. It was published by Arc System Works, and it comes with 12 classic games, some on the Super NES and the other ones are on the arcade. This is a Japanese import that I got from VGP. I paid like $30 for it. This game is from the creators of Double Dragon and that old school WWF WrestleFest, which is still one of the best wrestling games ever made. And they also made Karate Champ. That's the game that Jean-Claude Van Damme plays in Bloodsport, one of the first one-on-one fighting games ever made. But one of the main reasons why I bought this game is because it comes with the arcade version of Combat Tribes. I remember I used to play that game in the pizzeria with my cousin and my older brother, and it was super brutal. Like you could pick dudes up from the floor and swing them around from their legs, grab 2 guys and bash their faces together. This game was awesome right here. And the cool thing about this game is that it also came with a CD soundtrack, not with a downloadable code. So I definitely want to pop this one into my CD player and just let it rock. If you're a fan of old school arcade games, definitely check this one out right here. Super Techno's World River City and Arcade Classics on the PS5. Alright, this is one I wanted to talk about right here. We got Metaphor ReFantazio by Atlus. This is by the same team that created Persona. I got this one on the Xbox Series X, but I'm still looking for it on the PS5. I still want the collector's edition of this game, but it's sold out everywhere. I'll see if I can pick it up in a retro store or maybe even on eBay. But on Woo, they had this one for $19.99, so I couldn't pass it up. But this game right here is stunning. The graphics are amazing. The soundtrack is, oh my god, you gotta hear the soundtrack of this game. It's outrageous. I'm not sure if this one is still available, but for that price, I had to get it. Metaphor ReFantazio by Atlus on the Xbox Series X. Alright, and the next game we got. The year of the ninja continues, guys. The Messenger on the PS5. This game was released back in 2018, but this one includes all the DLC on the physical version. It's a 2D platformer from the same team that created Sea of Stars. I think this game is still available on Woo. I got it with like an extra 10% off and it came out to $18.99. But this game right here is super cool. It plays like an old school Ninja Gaiden game. And I don't know what it is, but they're bringing back all these old school ninja games. I definitely want to check this one out right here. The Messenger on the PS5. Alright, and the next game we got. One Piece Odyssey by Bandai Namco on the Xbox Series X. Now, I'm a huge fan of One Piece, and this game plays pretty similar to Dragon Quest XI. It's the same team that developed the Sandland game from Akira Toriyama. I saw this for $10 on Amazon, so I was like, you know what? Let me pick this up. It has the original voice actors from the show, and it makes the game feel authentic. The one with all the DLC is on the Switch, so that's the definitive edition. But for $10, I couldn't pass this one up right here. If you're a big fan of One Piece, definitely give this one a shot right here. One Piece Odyssey on the Xbox Series X. Alright, and following we got, released in 2023, Batsugun Saturn Tribute Boosted. I got this one from Limited Run for $34.99. This is a vertical bullet hell shooter right here. The original game was released in 1993. If you want to pick up a physical from like PlayAsia, you're going to wind up getting the import. Limited Run released the US version of this game. This is the SATA version that was ported to the PS4 and the Switch. I always feel like these shoot 'em ups always go up in value, so I always like to pick them up. And I'm a huge fan of these games. I grew up playing them with my brother. So this to me was a must buy. Definitely check this one out if you want to play a crazy bullet hell shoot 'em up. Batsugun Saturn Tribute Boosted on the PS4. Alright, and the next game we got the Retro Realms double feature with Halloween and Ash vs Evil Dead. It has that old school pixel based look, it's a 2D platformer, and it was developed by WayForward, the same team behind Shantae and Contra Operation Galuga. I saw this one on Woo for $14.99, so I was like, let me pick it up right before Halloween. It includes some trading cards inside, so it comes with some goodies. The Retro Realms double feature, Halloween and Ash vs the Evil Dead. Alright, and following we got Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga on the PS5. Now this game right here, I got it for only $10 at Walmart. My boy hit me up, it was like, yo, you want this game? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? For $10, I'll take it. Unlike the old school games that you see it from the top, this one is an over the shoulder view, more like a third person. And this is the 6th installment of the Lego Star Wars series. And it actually looks pretty cool. This is one that I definitely want to go back and check out. If you're a big fan of Star Wars, you want to get something cheap, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga on the PS5. Alright guys, and last but not least, we got the Nintendo World Championships, the deluxe set on the Nintendo Switch. Now in this set, what you get to play is basically the tournament edition games from back in the days when they used to do the Nintendo Championships. So let's say for example, you'll play Mario the first stage and you just gotta beat the stage like within 30 seconds, and then you play Excitebike and you gotta get 10,000 points as quick as possible, and then you jump to Kid Icarus, and then after that you gotta go to Zelda, and that's how the tournaments used to run. Some of those old school Nintendo World Championship cartridges are worth like in the thousands. There's like a super gold one that's one of the rarest games to obtain. But Nintendo winded up releasing this one on the Switch. Again, my boy Pablo came through. He hit me up from Walmart. He was like, yo, they got this on sale. You want to get one? It was only $39.99. The Nintendo World Championships NES Edition Deluxe Set on the Nintendo Switch. we got the limited edition of Blazing Strike. Now this game right here was largely developed by one person, which is incredible. The game was highly inspired by Street Fighter 3 and Garo, Mark of the Wolves. I actually thought about buying this game when it first came out, but then I saw the reviews and I decided to back away. It seemed like the game wasn't complete, but nothing that a patch can't fix. I saw this on Woot for $24.99 and I was thinking about it, and I'm glad I waited, cause later I saw this game for $19.99. It was published by Access Games and developed by Rare Breed. The game comes with a good sized art book, the soundtrack, and it comes with 14 trading cards for each playable character. It was released on PS5, PS4, and the Nintendo Switch. Besides the 14 playable characters, you can also unlock 3 bosses, and there's some DLC characters coming soon. The game has a classic look, but it features a more modern system. It has this mechanic called the rush system, and it kinda plays like your EX meter in Street Fighter 6, but it's a little bit more exaggerated. You even lose meter when you do a dash, which can be pretty annoying. The game features 0 network delay, thanks to that rollback netcode. As you can see, the art style of this game is amazing. I love the cover art, and I can't wait to try this game out. Hopefully it's better than what I've heard. Let me know down below if you guys are gonna pick this game up. And speaking of pickups, I just finished ordering that Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. I like to pick up a bunch of different fighting games. And speaking of fighting games, I have a little surprise for you guys. Remember a couple of videos before, I picked up some of those Ultra Street Fighter 2 figures. I had Chun-Li and Ryu. And this time, I picked up the rest of them. We got Fei Long. Also, we got one of my favorite characters, Ken Masters. And of course, Dao Zim. And Bison, the final boss. We got Cammy White from the UK. And I just got this one in the mail not too long ago. Well, at first I told myself not to get this whole set, but it seems like I'm gonna get all of it. From the USA, Guile. Alright, I got this one from eBay, and this one is pretty cool right here. The PlayStation Move shooting attachment. Now this thing right here I've been trying to get for a while. I love playing my light gun games, so I had to get this attachment. I saw it on eBay for pretty cheap, so I had to pick it up. Trust me, if you have a PS3 and you want to play some light gun games, definitely give this one a shot. The PlayStation Move shooting attachment. Also, I got a PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. I had a $20 coupon and Best Buy put these controllers down to $60. So with the $20 off, I only paid $40 for this. Hopefully these newer controllers don't get that stick drift so often, but I'm glad I got a new one. Alright, so we got some extra packages over here. The first one is from Best Buy. This I've been waiting to get my hands on for a while, but this thing never goes on sale, and I finally got it on sale. It's the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. Best Buy put it down to like $50, and I had a $5 coupon, so I got it for like $45. Alright, the next box came from VGP. I love those guys. They always send everything in great condition. And the first controller that we got, this controller again is a controller I've almost paid $50 for on Amazon. But VGP coming through once again. They put this down to $35 for Black Friday, so I had to pick it up. It's the green see-through Hunter controller from Retro Fighter. It's for the original Xbox. And to be honest, I tried this controller already, and this is the best controller that they've done to this day. I still haven't tried like the latest GameCube wireless one that they did, but this one is amazing and I love it. I highly recommend this controller if you want to get one for the original Xbox. And of course, they winded up putting all the PS5 controllers on sale, so I had to get one of the latest models. I was stuck on what color to get, but it was between the silver and the blue, and I winded up going for the Cobra Blue. And guys, this controller in person looks amazing. I'm so glad that I got one, and I can't wait for next year Black Friday. I'm gonna pick up the silver one as well. Alright, so we got Shadows of the Damned, the Hella Remastered Edition by Grasshopper Manufacture. Now this game is not a remake, it's just a remaster presented at 4K and 60 frames per second. Now this game was released for the PS5, the PS4, the Switch, and the Xbox Series X. But to get the physical, you gotta get the PS5 copy. And the best thing about this game is that it was only 25 bucks. And the Switch version is a little clunky, it only runs at 30 frames per second. So the original game was released back in 2011 for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. It was produced by one of the original creators of Resident Evil and Dino Crisis. But this game didn't sell too well when it first came out. A lot of people slept on it, but this game is actually a hidden gem. It was written by Suda51, the creator of No More Heroes and Killer 7. Also, the music was made by the composer of Silent Hill. You play as the demon hunter, Garcia Hosper, and he's trying to save his girlfriend Paula that has been kidnapped by the Lord Fleming. It's a third-person action-adventure game with some horror elements. It sort of feels like a Quentin Tarantino / Robert Rodriguez film. Super over the top and vulgar. Everything they say in this game is a penis pun. Like the guns are called Johnson and Boner. So get ready to laugh with this one because it's pretty ridiculous. Like to regain your energy, he picks up bottles of liquor and he chugs them down. They definitely don't make games like this anymore. The game has this mechanic where you use light and darkness to unlock doors and defeat your enemies. You can tell the game was obviously inspired by Resident Evil 4. It has the 180 turnaround and you could upgrade your weapons as you go along. It's not perfect, but it's definitely worth checking out. The game takes about 8 to 10 hours to complete, but it adds some playability by giving you new outfits and the new game plus. One thing that I didn't like about the PS3 version was that it looked really dark when I was playing it, but this remaster version looks way better. So if you never heard of this game, or you never got to play it during the 7th generation, definitely give this one a shot. And thanks to Limited Run, this one didn't even take that long to get here. But of course, it never fails. Whenever they send me a game from Limited Run, it always comes with the floppy disk. So you know what? We're gonna unbox this right now in front of the camera. Alright, let's see. Oh, damn, there's nothing inside. No manual, no nothing. That's the only thing that sucks about buying games nowadays. Most of them come bare bones. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It was only 25 bucks. And this is one I definitely wanted to pick up. Alright guys, so there you have it. Let me know down below if you're going to pick up a copy of Shadows of the Damned, the Hella Remastered Edition. Like I said, I was waiting for this one for a while, and I'm definitely going to play this one as soon as I can. So stay tuned for more pickups, more collections, and more surprises. Again, thanks for the support. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.